Hi everybody, my name is Melissa Bender and this is Jessie Bender from BenderFitness.com. So today we are doing a Q&A. You guys left us tons of questions on Facebook. Unfortunately, we don't have time to answer all of them, but we're going to get started with them today. So, you're going to take question number 1?
I will take question number 1, if I can read question number 1.
What is your favorite running or speed workout?
Thank you, Eagle Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite running or speed workout? That's kind of an oxymoron unto itself. How do I like to hurt myself the best? My favorite would have to be tempo runs. We have this very specific way of doing tempo runs, which is spending time running a little bit before your goal race pace, or where you're working extremely hard. So it's kind of a hard medium pace, to where if we were running together, you'd be able to answer me if I asked you a question, but in one-word answers, and you could go faster, but it feels really good not to. That's the pace I'm talking about with a tempo pace. And what I like to do is, I break up my run into about a 10-minute warm-up, then I spend about 10 minutes at that pace, pretty hard, then I do 5 minutes of back to that easier first 10-minute pace, do another 10, 15, or 20 minutes, I build it up at that tempo pace again, and then 5 to 10 minute cool down. Those are my favorite way to gain strength and gain speed. I think those are my favorite speed workouts.
Okay. Question number 2 is, how do you get a faster mile time? This is a good one. This is actually one I'm working on right now.
So this coincides with question number 1 very well. Okay, how to get faster with a mile or a 5K with any time. We'll focus on that mile. That's a really good way to describe all this. If you want to get faster at a mile, figure out what your goal time is. What could you hold for 1 mile? Realistically, what would be that goal time? Make it aggressive, but not ridiculous. So say I wanted to go for a 5-minute mile, 5-minute flat, or we'll say 6-minute flat mile, just to break this down. Oh, there's so much. I want to talk your faces off about this. Okay, what you want to do is find out what that pace is. Okay, we got 6 minutes. So you want to spend time running a little bit before what that pace is, and some time ahead of what that pace is, in hopes that come race day or your trial day on the track, you're able to hit right on that 6-minute mark. So to get faster at it, you want to do shorter little chunks of time running faster than a 6-minute time, or an 8-minute time, or a 12-minute time. It doesn't matter. You want to spend time in little chunks going harder than what you would be able to do for a whole mile, to literally get your leg turnover, get your legs moving faster, and get your body used to running faster. You also want to spend time running a little bit before, like those tempo runs.
Like a little bit slower.
A little bit slower, I'm sorry. I speak in running jargon all the time. You want to spend time running a little bit slower than that goal race pace. So what I mean by slower is like 10 to 20 seconds slower. And then, so you want to get faster at the mile. I would do things like run 200 meters on a track, sprinting really hard, going at a pace that I could not do for a full mile, and then jog 200 meters. Sprint 200 meters, jog 200 meters. The next time I go back to that workout, I'll do 400s, which is 1 lap on a 400-meter track, and then I would do 800s and try and put it all together for that final race day. That was a lot of talking. I hope it helps somebody, God, anybody.
And we'll also write more about it on the website too, so if you do better with reading a breakdown, you'll have that also, but hopefully this helps. Question number 3 is, order of your workout. Should you do weights or cardio first? This is a really good question. If you're combining your workout and you're going to do weights and cardio in the same session, I always recommend doing weights first, because if your cardio wears you out and your form suffers, you can get injured if you are doing exercises with weights incorrectly. So you always want to make sure that you're doing all of your exercises with proper form, that you're not too worn out. That said, I do switch it up sometimes, just because I like to change the challenge that my body is receiving. I don't want to get used to always doing weights and then cardio. And the other thing is, if your primary focus is running, if your main training is based on becoming a faster runner, then you also don't want to be too tired for your runs, but you're also going to be doing more runs and less weighted exercise days. The next question is stretching before or after a run. This is another good one.
Man.
Sure.
Okay. You want to do dynamic, i.e. moving warm-ups to get warmed up before a workout or an exercise, and then static, stereotypical, like stretching.
Touch your toes type of stretches.
Touching toes, hip flexor exercises, just where you hold that stretch after the workout.
Mm-hmm. So basically, if you stretch your muscles too much before a workout, they actually lose some of their spring, and that spring helps make you faster. So if you're going to race, you don't want to take all of the spring out of your step, otherwise your body has to work a little bit harder for each step. So you want to warm it up with some jogging, some leg swings. We have some really good actually running warm-up videos that you can check out. But so like Jesse said, those moving warm-ups, and then after you do your run, you're going to do the static stretches like the yoga poses, reaching for your toes, pigeon pose, those types of things. Ooh, this is another good one. If you could do only one exercise forever, what would it be?
Is that really the question?
Yes.
Forever.
I added the forever.
Oh, okay. Are you asking me?
Well, we'll both answer, but you could go first.
Okay. I guess that's pretty easy for me. It would be running. But if running is null and void in this, then I would say, well, as much as you hate me, burpees.
I agree. I'd go also with running or burpees. Burpees are a really good exercise. I know you guys hate them. I love them. I do. Sometimes they really hurt, but I still love them because you're getting the strength, you're getting the stretch, you're getting the plyometric movement, so the shortening and stretching of the muscles, and you're really building strength and endurance. And it's cardiovascularly challenging at the same time, so you get a little bit of everything in that one movement.
Everything.
Full body too. Okay. So exercise I love to hate. It's not burpees, but it's a close second. Froggers. They kill me. I hate them. I love them because they're so effective. That's why I keep putting them in workouts, but they hurt me every single time I do them. Every time. For you?
Russian kicks. I can answer that one rather easily.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Russian kicks.
Oh, my other one is sprinting because I love that it's good for you. I do. I love that it helps you be a faster runner, but no matter what, it hurts every single time because you think, oh, I've been practicing this. It's going to get better. But it doesn't, because the nature of a sprint is you are pushing yourself as hard as you are able to go. So even if you get better, even if you get faster and stronger, yes, you are moving more quickly, but it still hurts just as much. They're so good for you.
The pain is still the same.
Yes.
She hates sprinting.
I do. I cry a little bit every time. By cry, I mean whine very annoyingly. Luckily not on camera, so.
Oh, thank God you're cute.
Next we have, how many calories do you need? This is a really hard question. This is a really common question that I get. It's very hard to answer because everyone's caloric need is different. So the main thing you want to keep in mind is you actually want to eat as many calories as you can while still achieving your goal. So if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to drop your calories down ridiculously low. You still want to keep them as high as you can while still being at a deficit. So the 1200 calorie thing, a lot of people have heard that 1200 is a magic number. That is, for most people, the bare bones of what your body needs to function. Yes, if you are exercising and you are eating 1200 calories, your body is not getting enough to function. You are going to hurt your metabolism. You are going to hurt your endocrine system, your hormones, your thyroid, all kinds of problems. And the end result is you are going to have increased muscle loss and increased fat. So although your weight on the scale may be going down, your body fat percentage is actually increasing because you're losing muscle instead of fat, which for most people is the opposite of what you want to do. So depending on your body type, your activity level, the lowest I like to see anybody really go with calories is around 1,500. Again, dependent. At my lowest, when I was bikini competition prepping, my low calorie days were about 1,800 calories. My higher activity days were closer to 2,200 calories. You have to kind of try it out and see what works for your body. Make sure you're getting high quality nutrients though, because your food is your fuel. That is your energy source for everything you're going to do during the day. You don't buy an expensive car and then, you know, shove Twinkies into the gas tank. So, well, that's enough for that. I could go on and on about that one, but I'm not going to. Miles per week. So this is another running question. And again, it's going to be very variable.
Miles per week?
Yes.
Just how many miles per week
Average.
do I run?
Yes.
It depends on what time of year it is and what I'm training for. If I'm training for 5K, I like to work up to about 40 to 50 miles a week because I'm focusing more on really, like what we were talking about earlier, speed work. So I'm spending a lot of time on the track. I'm doing a lot of fartlek or speed play, interval workouts. I'm not focused too much on the mileage. But when I'm training for the half, then, especially during the summer, especially when we have nicer weather, good Lord, this past summer I went up to between 70 and 80 a week. And that was time consuming. Okay, so my running mileage is significantly lower than that. I don't even have that much time, although I think it's fantastic. My running mileage over the winter has been very low. It's been between probably 10, maxing out at about 20 miles per week. What I want to get it back up to, because I really want to build running more consistently into my workouts again, is between 25 and 35 miles per week. And that for me is a really nice amount of running because of all the cross training I do with you guys. That's good. Jesse is doing the BenderFitness workouts also. I do them probably 5 days a week, and you do them 2 to 3. Yeah. So again, based on what you're training for, Jesse is a runner. He's an incredibly talented runner. I'm going to embarrass him, but very talented. I love running, but I'm also focused on the fitness. So the way we structure our workouts is a little bit different. A little bit different. We see it from two different ends of the fitness spectrum, yes. Different areas of that sphere. The next question is about running arm position, and this is a really good question because when we see runners, and as occupational therapists, part of what we are used to looking at in people is their gait patterns, their body movements, their biomechanics. So also as running coaches, with your running position, the two things that I see that people kind of go outside of what they should be doing is crossing. So they're really thrusting their arms and they're going back and forth. You don't want to do that. That's a lot of wasted energy, wasted movement. And the other thing that we see... You're sending that momentum left and right rather than forward. Exactly. The other thing you see is this really loose wrist. Raptor hands. And again, you're wasting energy because that tends to bring you that back and forth motion. So what you want to see is a motion that goes from your hips to your rib cage. Like if you think of your elbow, it should be going to your hip, and then your hand or your wrist should be going to your hip. So it's a forward, backward motion. Also making sure that you don't get too tight up here. When you bring your arm back to the hip, it actually extends your stride during running, and it helps you to use your body more efficiently. So running, especially if you're going to run long distances, efficiency is key because any movement that you do that wastes energy is going to slow down your running times. Final question. What's the final question? My fitness inspiration. My fitness inspiration, I love Jamie Eason. I think that she comes across as being a very authentic person. She gives really good, solid, scientifically backed advice. And she just seems like a really good human being as well as being
you know, this fitness icon that's been around for a long time. She just had a baby. She did this great training post-pregnancy program, and it's free, which I think is amazing, because I think like being blessed enough to do what we're able to do and share fitness with everybody and kind of show people you don't need to spend a ton of money to get in shape. This is a human right. You have a right to be healthy and happy. I think that she also does that, and I admire that. Anything you have to add?
She was your inspiration.
Yeah.
For starting all of this.
Yes.
It's definitely her.
Anything else?
Are you asking me mine?
Yeah. No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
In conclusion.
In conclusion, if it wasn't for Gambit the cat, I'd never start working out.
Okay, guys, so as always, there will be new workouts on our website, BenderFitness.com. So thank you for checking it out, and we hope to see you guys there. Now, guess where we're going? It's workout time.
It's workout time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.